Today I am 26 weeks pregnant. I think I've kind of gotten the swing of things now that I'm in the 6th month of my pregnancy. I know what works for me. I've got a little routine. First up on the agenda, we have water. Pregnant people are recommended to have 90 ounces of water a day, which is a significant amount, so that's why this water bottle is always next to me. If it's not in the frame, then it's an arm's length away. But in one of these canteens, there is 32 ounces. So I try my best to drink 3 of these a day. So right when I wake up, I will chug as much water as possible because I just want to flush out the toxins that I've been brewing while I've been asleep. And it kind of crosses off the water I need to drink. So here we go. Okay, one of the many symptoms of pregnancy are bleeding gums. It's because there's just more blood flow circulation that's going on, so I have to be extremely careful when I'm brushing my teeth. I have to use the lightest hand ever. You see how I'm holding the toothbrush? It's just on my fingers. I can't do like this anymore. This is too strong. It's too easy to just dig in the gums. Light fingers are the key. You're just grazing the teeth. Let the vibration do the work for you. I didn't bother washing my face because we're about to work out. All right, here we are in my standard workout gear. I cannot recommend these biker shorts enough. These are by the brand Girlfriend Collective. I would say this is worth the price tag because it's in a really buttery soft fabric. It's extremely elastic and stretchy. I could probably squeeze out a couple more months in this. Like, look how stretchy it is. My bra is from Harper's Wild. This is just a nice stretchy ribbed bra. I've been really liking this workout combo because I feel very supported and also very limber. So most mornings I do at least a 20-minute workout. I've noticed that this is the sweet spot for me. It's just long enough where I feel like I've moved my body, I feel accomplished, and it's not that much of a time commitment. By the time I'm in my head being like, oh, like when is this over? It's already over. I love Lily Sabri's workouts because she's doing the workout with you. I will play hers when I want to do like a 30-minute workout, something slightly longer. But most mornings I'll just do the same Chloe Ting workout. I've done this workout so many times that I have memorized all the songs. I know each set with the song that's happening. I definitely want to warn you that there are some exercises that these ladies do that are not pregnancy friendly. So whenever that occurs, I just won't do them. I'll just modify. So if there's like, oh, if they're doing crunches or they're doing a lot of ab work, then I'll just start doing squats. I'm sure that there are a ton of different prenatal workouts that are here on YouTube, but I just prefer the energy and the content that these ladies produce. So I just stick with that. Oh yes, how relaxing. Do you guys hear that? This is the sound of my stretching soundtrack. So after I work out, I do 10 minutes of stretching. I just look up Zen music on YouTube and this like 6-hour video of just ambient spa music plays. And while this plays, I will do the stretching routine that Ben taught me in the beginning of the year. I don't like time myself actually, I just hold each pose for 3 breaths. And miraculously, after I finish the routine, like 10 minutes would have passed. So it's actually a really great system because I can really just hold the poses and be really present. Being more flexible has been a goal of mine for so long, but in the past there were no repercussions for me not making any progress, so I would just put it off. But now that I know like the baby will be here at the beginning of September, like I want to make sure that my body is limber and it's just fit and healthy for birth, childbirth, and also postpartum as well. They say that flexibility is the way to stay youthful, so I'm definitely putting that into practice right now. I highly recommend not overstretching yourself. Like if you feel like you're at your limit, just stay there. Stretching is supposed to feel really comfortable and soothing and just relaxing. And speaking of relaxing, there is a chemical called relaxin that flows through your body when you're pregnant. It's meant to just open up your hips and kind of soften the ligaments and tissues in your body to prepare for your baby's arrival. But unfortunately, it's not just at the hips that relaxin goes. It flows everywhere. So make sure that you're not really pulling at anything. You don't want to hurt yourself, especially when you're pregnant. So just keep that in mind. Today is just a body wash day. Skincare is finished and now we're gonna work on the rest of the body. This is what my 26-week bump looks like. She is definitely pregnant. And so far, I don't have any stretch marks. I do have a linea nigra, which is this line that starts to form underneath the belly button. As you guys know, I've been on a whole journey of different body oils. So this is the first oil that I ever got. This one is by True Botanicals. This is their Pure Radiance body oil. I love the fact that it's got a pump, it absorbs really fast. I find that this works best when my body's still kind of wet. I stopped using this because of the fragrance. It's got this really earthy and herbal scent that I used to love. It smells like Aesop soap. But something happened in the first trimester where I just couldn't stand the smell of this. It's unfortunate because I did love the product, but the smell was just too much because it was all over my body, it got all over my clothes, and I felt like I couldn't escape it. Second, we've got Ever Eden's Golden Belly Serum. Love this product. My body felt incredibly moisturized, nourished, hydrated. I also love the smell of this. It's got like a light, sweet floral scent, which is so luxurious and it just put me in a really great mood. And now I'm using Bio Oil. This was recommended to me by 3 of my pregnant friends. This one really focuses on scars, stretch marks, uneven skin tone, even aging and dehydrated skin. It's also worth noting that this one is completely unscented. So if you're having scent aversions, I would definitely recommend Bio Oil. I'll put like a dollop in my hand, and then I will squeeze a little bit of Cetaphil. When I mix the oil with this lotion, it gets a lot of range. I can really cover a bunch of surface area. So I get my belly, I get my back, I get my boobs too. Just anywhere where my skin is expanding. I would say my skin is definitely more on the dry side, and I get a lot of little dry patches on my forearms for some reason. But with this combination, it has been smooth as my future baby's butt. Okay, so I just finished my mind workout, if you will. I started off with a 15-minute meditation. I used the Calm app, and then I did my future self journaling, which is when I answered these 7 questions over here. Preparing for motherhood isn't just adding something into your cart and expecting for you to know everything. It's not instantaneous. It's something that you have to consistently work for every single day. And I think mental health is definitely a huge priority for me because I want to make sure that my mind is sound. I want to make sure that I'm as patient as I can be. The effects of meditations are extremely subtle. It's something that you don't really notice until you've done it after a couple of months. I remember my first couple of sessions, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just closing my eyes, listening to the timer. The best way to describe meditation is it's the act of me just observing my thoughts. It's me being quite neutral. Ben actually told me a really interesting statistic. He said that the human mind has roughly 60,000 thoughts a day. That is a ton of thoughts. And most likely all those thoughts aren't going to be positive. There's going to be a lot of negative ones there as well. It would be amazing if we could just snap our fingers and just immediately think positive thoughts. In the meantime, as you're starting to slowly rewire the negative patterns of thought in your head, all you can do is just be an observer at least. At least just be kind of neutral about it. Being like, oh, there's a weird dark thought over there. Let me just witness it. Oh, there goes another one. And I think just by observing and being aware that the thoughts are there, it makes a huge difference. I know when our baby arrives, our patience is definitely gonna get tested. We're gonna be sleep deprived. I'm probably not even gonna have this exact routine anymore. But you know what? Life is always changing, it's always in flux. But no matter what, I do want to still set aside time for this routine. It may not be in the morning, but maybe sometime in the afternoon when the baby's napping or sleeping, because I know how beneficial it is for my mind. So this is what I have most mornings. I'll make myself a veggie omelet. Inside we've got mushrooms, zucchini, red onions. It really depends whatever vegetables are in my fridge. Every time. It's delicious. So now I want to talk about my prenatal situation. I keep all my medication in this pill organizer. So the very first prenatals that I used were by Ritual. It's because I was taking my multivitamins from Ritual, so then I naturally switched on over to the prenatal. I really loved this. This was what I had for my entire first trimester. It has this citrus flavor, so it goes down really easily. When I was having a little bit of morning sickness, it was actually nice having this citrus scent make the pill go down without me gagging. But as my pregnancy progressed, I was just getting more and more constipated. I had taken this health test to see what I was deficient in, and I was low in magnesium, which is actually quite an important ingredient in the body. I went on a bunch of forums and a bunch of people recommended to get magnesium gummies. So during my first trimester, I would have 2 pills for Ritual, and then I would have 3 gummies for these magnesium ones. But then during my second trimester, this brand Parallel reached out for gifting, and I thought it was really cool because each trimester they have a different pack for you. There are definitely more pills associated with Parallel. Like with Ritual, I only needed to take 2 and then these gummies. But with Parallel, there's 5 pills and 2 of them are magnesium pills. And ever since I switched to this pill form, it just flows out of me. It's amazing. So I think this system's really working. Yes, I have to take my pills one at a time or else I'll choke. All right, I've got my cup of black tea with a splash of almond milk. This is what I drink to get some energy around here. Ta-da! We're finished. Went for a super simple makeup look. This is my default face. When you're building an outfit while pregnant, comfort comes first, always, and then style. And so for my undergarments, I've talked about this so many times, but I only wear this bra by Naywai. It's their Barely Zero line. So this is, I forget what style this is, but I'll link everything in the description box. This is hands down the most comfortable bra I've ever worn. I love this bra because it just stretches and grows with me. It's also seamless. And then for my leggings, I'm wearing these ones by Lululemon. They're high-waisted, and these aren't actually maternity leggings, but they're just so stretchy that it works. I'm wearing a size medium, and again, like the Girlfriend Collective ones, I've got a lot of room for expansion. They're just very stretchy, flexible, unlike myself, but I still feel like me. So this will be my outfit of the day. We're just hanging out, so I'm just keeping it casual. So I want to talk about some pregnancy apps that I have found really helpful. So first up, we've got What to Expect, and I downloaded this because the name just sounded really familiar. I feel like it's because it's just kind of like a legacy title. You just see it and hear it everywhere. And now I'm just very randomly loyal to it. It's my main pregnancy app that I use. Interface is really simple, and I like how friendly it looks. Lots of colors. I like the chunky bubble font. The best part of this app is definitely the message board. I love seeing all the different types of threads. There's just some random topics on here, and I am nosy, so I like to know what's going on. I gotta admit that this search function isn't very great. They only pick out the most recent titles, so this is just, I don't know. The forums are just really great if you want to have your daily dose of random pregnancy information. Another really popular app is Pregnancy Plus. I think this is a crowd favorite because you could actually see your baby, like a 3D rendering. Sometimes it's a little TMI because you can really zoom in there and you're like, do I really want to see this? And lastly, I have been living on Reddit. I mean, I've loved Reddit even before I got pregnant because it's very, very detailed and you can dive into whatever wormhole that you're interested in. So when I got pregnant, I subscribed to the Baby Bumps forum and the Beyond the Bump forums. I think that in these communities, the writing is a lot sharper. There's less arguing. I feel like it's just more of a polished discourse. I find that the search feature on Reddit is just better than any other app that I've used. I think it's because this is just purely a message board and they specialize in that. So if you've got a question about round ligament pain or constipation or anything, I just put it in the search and there will be tons of different posts of people discussing it. So this is my lunch today. I made myself a buckwheat noodle veggie stir fry. It's very interesting. I didn't follow a recipe. I just went with my heart, guys. So I have this soba noodle dipping sauce and it is so freaking good to just put in this dish. This is like my third or fourth time making this and I'm obsessed. I'm so full. As I digest, I thought that I would share some books that I enjoyed during my pregnancy. So the first book that I finished is called Expecting Better. I really like this because the author is an economist, so she factors in a lot of data and stats. So a lot of her conclusions are based on probabilities. I also love how she touches on a bunch of taboo topics like caffeine, sushi, alcohol, even epidurals or pain medication, all that stuff. She definitely weighs out the pros and cons of each one. And I like how it's honest. I feel like a lot of the times as pregnant women, there are just so many things that you automatically can't do. So I like how this book just kind of lays out what the chances are of something happening. My next favorite is called Like a Mother. Now, out of all the pregnancy books I read, I think this one is my favorite because this was more of like a memoir. Like it's like you're reading like a friend who has gotten pregnant and she walks you through the whole thing, and as she's learning, she's also explaining to you. So this is the book where I learned about how amazing the placenta is. The fact that when we're pregnant, not only are we creating life, we're creating a whole ass new organ. No wonder you're so tired the first trimester. So the fatigue is definitely warranted and it makes sense. I also loved her honesty about what happens postpartum. There is a grieving period that happens when the baby arrives, when you realize that there is no turning back. Like this living, breathing human is with you forever. I feel like that moment doesn't happen until the baby gets here, and there is a sense of mourning for your single life. So I like that she really set that expectation for me, so when I feel that way, it's not as jarring. So this is the What to Expect When You're Expecting physical copy. This is kind of like an encyclopedia of what to expect. This is honestly probably the reason why I downloaded this app, because I immediately bought this book when I got pregnant. You can really jump around each chapter and get an overview of what you need. I don't think it's crucial that you have this book because any question that you have on pregnancy, you can obviously ask your doctor and also the internet. There's just so many resources out there. But if you're a little old school like me, it's nice to have a hard copy because who knows? What if the power goes out? Then at least you'll have this book. And lastly, the book that I am currently reading now is called Mindful Birthing. I thought that this book would be helpful to just prepare me for labor and beyond. I think it really aligns with just the overall themes that I'm trying to incorporate into my life, which is just to be more present, be more mindful. And it's actually also making me appreciate and relish this transformative and transitionary time in my life. Like I'm actually really excited for every day that passes. And also this book is just making me feel a lot less anxious about childbirth. Now that I'm reading this book, it just seems a lot less intimidating because I know what exactly is happening when I'm giving birth. Fear comes from the unknown and the uncertainty. And so if you can study it and you can really wrap your head around what is happening, the fear just dissipates. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book and I highly recommend it as well. For dinner, I made myself a huge bowl of doenjangjjigae, lots of tofu in here, enoki mushrooms, ton of zucchini, potatoes. If you're new to my channel, this is doenjangjjigae. And if you're a regular on this channel, then this is no surprise to you, is it? This, my friends, is a pregnancy pillow. So there are a lot of different pregnancy pillows out on the market, and I decided that this would be the best for me because I cannot sleep when I'm hot. I definitely like things cold. Inside this pillow are just tiny little micro beads. This is basically like an extreme bougie bean bag that's in a sausage casing. And it's actually very versatile. Because there's beads in here, you can make it as firm or as fluffy as you want. So let's say I want to make this end part quite firm. I'll push the beads down and then we got some support. And then I can bend it and then I can rest my head like this. Yeah, this is honestly how I sleep every night and it's so damn comfortable. If you are in your second and third trimester of pregnancy, I would highly recommend getting a pregnancy pillow. I swear to God, it will just improve the quality of your sleep. Yes, you will still probably get up to pee 2 or 3 times a night, but in between, you will be comfortable. When you are in your second and third trimester, you can't sleep on your back. First of all, it's actually pretty uncomfortable to sleep on your back, and it also blocks the blood flow, I believe. But either way, it's just more comfortable to sleep like this, and it's better for you and the baby. This pillow is also really versatile. Like when I'm reading my Kindle, I'll loop the pillow around me, and I'll use this as a stand. Love this. So comfortable. I feel supported. It holds up my Kindle. I've got an arm stand and a headrest. This is definitely worth the investment. But anyway, I feel like we should probably wrap this video up. Thank you for spending the entire day with me, and I hope you guys got a glimpse of what it's like to be pregnant. If you are currently pregnant, I would love to know how many weeks you are, how far along you are, and if you have any recommendations or suggestions, just write them in the comments down below. I'm just going to read a book and call it a night. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.